All right, we are tracking Metro tonight. We have some new reporting on the so-called debt spiral that Metro claims it's facing over its budget issues.
So WMATA's top officials met with D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser and other city council members today, and they discussed some of the options for the future.
As our Melissa Kim reports tonight from the Tinleytown Metro Station, this could have an impact on riders.
Well, WMATA and city officials calling this a huge fiscal challenge for D.C. Metro because on top of that $750 million surplus, D.C. officials estimate that that number will continue to grow. And as part of a possible solution, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser suggesting that D.C. taxpayers pitch in.
Just like you all, very hard to hire in this market, very hard to retain. So we have to be able to figure out how to pay people appropriately for the hard work they do. At the same time, look at our long-term forecast and growth.
Metro General Manager Randy Clark estimates that by the fiscal year 2025, the agency will be approximately $750 million in the red, 38% of which is due to what he says is decreased revenue since the pandemic, which is costing them $288 million. Ward 6 Councilman and Transportation Committee Chair Charles Allen says while he does understand challenges in the real world,
revenue raisers, I think that's just a function of reality that we're going to have to face. But however we solve that, I think it's got to be framed also as to that we are asking residents and businesses to be part of that solution. And it reflects that vision of the transit system that we've got to have for our city and its future.
Part of the solution could include cutting services, specifically bus services, is concerning.
It's DC lower income households and working families that would be the most impacted with that, because I think WMATA's even survey showed a quarter of all bus riders are making less than $10,000 per year. And DC residents obviously are very reliant on our bus service for getting workers to and from and around our city.
But General Manager Clark says it's not a decision WMATA takes lightly.
Those routes were what we would classify as the least productive. Now, that's not to say they're not valuable to people, but they are the least amount of people per hour, per dollar spent type of deal, generally speaking. And where there's maybe at least some parallel service if you walked a little further.
As to how to pay for it all, Mayor Bowser acknowledges taxpayers will have to contribute, but she wants Virginia and Maryland to pay their fair share.
Metro is the economic engine for our region, not just us. And we have to continue to work on the political solutions. These are political questions at the end of the day that will have all three jurisdictions come to the table for a long-term solution.
The mayor says these discussions between her office, council members, and WMATA officials will continue. But most importantly, she wants the negotiations to be fair to both the DC Metro workers and the people who depend on the rail and buses every single day. In Northwest DC tonight, Melissa Kim, WUSA 9.